Hello Virgo, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead. How you doing, Virgo? Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you, Virgo. We've got an oracle deck and we are looking at the oracle deck for the overall feel for next week. And then we are going to look at tarot and we're going to put some tarot on it and get some details for you. How are you, Virgo? I hope you're well. I'm back after a couple of days of taking care of me. And there's going to be a little bit of coughing and sputtering in this video just for those of you who are not a fan. Sorry, not sorry. But here we are, Virgo. If you're interested in knowing how to find the extended or interested in a private reading for your own personal energy, then please hang out at the end of the video and I'll tell you about how to find all those things. Tell me about Virgo in the week ahead, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thanks if you were brand new for giving this a shot, and if you are the person who keeps coming back, my ride or die, Virgo. Thank you for coming back. Okay, here we go. We got the nest. It says, an emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. We've got this one that stuck out the top. It says the purse. Pay attention to your finances. Tell me more. One more. We've got the throne. It says position of authority. And let's look at the bottom of the deck. We've got the camel. It says persevere, persevere and you will overcome problems. So you might be overcoming a problem, something that maybe has been plaguing you since June, possibly. It looks like there is something that you've been holding on to. I'm going to say, because the camel holds on to water, something that you've been holding on to. This could be a thought pattern. This could be a situation. But I think that things are about to get easier here because we had the leg. It says stepping into a new experience. So something here is about to change in the month of October. And it feels like... Got the turkey. It says someone behaving stupidly. That might be the thing that you were trying to let go of, is somebody did you wrong, did you dirty, possibly. Maybe you've been holding on to that since last summer, but it feels like something that you have been holding on to, that you've been persevering, is about to you're about to overcome that problem. It could be a health issue as well. We've got the leg and we've got the camel who's holding water here. It could be something of a health nature. It feels like position of authority could mean something to do with your workplace. Let's find out what we're talking about. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. Let's find out what's going on in the family here. Tell me about the nest. What's going on in your nest here, Virgo? What's going on in your nest, Virgo? What's going on in your nest, Virgo? What's going on in your nest, Virgo? We've got the Eight of Pentacles. Feels like you're working on something here. You could be working on yourself or putting a lot of work into something that's going on in the family here. We've got the Lovers here with the purse. It says pay attention to your finances. I'm going to say that your choices are going to directly be affecting your financial position in life. So the Lovers is always a choice. And so be careful with your financial choices. Pay attention to your finances. Tell me about this position of authority. We've got the Queen of Cups. So somebody who is an authority in emotional things, emotions, or possibly spiritual things, empathic things, psychic things. This could be a mother or a father. The Queen of Cups is feminine or masculine. It feels like maybe you'll be going to someone who you feel is a position of authority on emotional things to get some sort of advice. Let's put down two more cards. This will be for whatever's happening in the rest of the month here. Tell me more about Virgo. And we've got the Six of Wands. So some sort of victory. It's like a victory of coming home. Yeah, we started with home and we sort of at the end here with home. It feels like it is something to do with home, or after having a really hard time, you're coming home after a really hard time. And understand, it doesn't have to be the physical move I'm talking about, right? You don't have to be going home. It feels like whatever it is, people know your name, right? Like the bar cheers, right? Everybody knows your name. It's like you go to a place where people know you, or they're glad that you're back, or yeah, it feels like you get some excitement, some passionate attention. It feels like here with the Knight of Wands. It does feel a little bit weird. Virgo, I don't think you're the person who likes all the attention. Unless you have fire in the rising, it's unlikely that you're a person who loves the spotlight. But I feel like you're about to get the spotlight sometime in October, and it's going to put you in a place a little bit out of your depth, I'm going to say. But the Knight of Wands is a little bit wobbly. Although the Knight of Wands is brave, the Knight of Wands is doing it afraid, is doing it scared, is doing it with passion, right? So I feel like whatever this is here, it feels like, although it makes you a little bit wobbly, you're just going to let people adore you as they will. Tell me about the Eight of Pentacles and the Nest. We could be talking about a workplace or the money that's coming into your home. It feels like you've been creating something. Maybe it's a business or something. I'm just looking at, my eye caught this spider here that's making this beautiful web. So it feels like you've been spinning or doing something on your own or building something on your own. And spiders are perfection, right? The webs that they build are absolute works of art. So maybe you're an artist, possibly, but it feels like there is something here. And I think that the nest here is telling me that it's really important to you that your family, the people who are your family, support you in whatever it is that you've been really hard at work on, whether that's yourself or a project or a business or art, possibly. We do have the Seven of Wands, which is in the reverse. So it feels like you're feeling a little bit more flexible or feeling a little bit more like you can let people in. Because the Eight of Pentacles is about perfection too, right? It's about, this is Virgo energy. And look, tell me if you don't have a perfectionist issue, because I'd be surprised. Unless you're someone with all encased in water. Maybe Virgo is your only placement and then the rest is water. But it feels like that somebody here has finally decided to let other people in to see whatever it is that you've been hard at work creating here. We've got the Knight of Cups. I feel like you were slow to do it because whatever we are talking about here is very close to your heart. So I don't think that you were even sharing it with the members of your family. Look, I feel like whatever you've been doing, you have become the perfectionist at it. So you've become the subject matter expert, which means that, yes, perfectionism, look, it's no big badge to wear. We shouldn't be wearing a badge of perfectionism because it's usually going to hold us back. But I feel like for somebody here, you've honed a skill or you've become the subject matter expert on something. Everybody's going to be coming to you to ask your approval or to ask you about something because you've become the best at it here. We've got the Eight of Swords in the reverse on the bottom of the deck. So in the future here, it tells me that you're untangling whatever has gone on in the mind. I feel like you are letting people in emotionally a little bit more at the beginning of the week. And I also feel like the star here tells me that you've been working on something that I feel that you've been creating that's very close to your heart. Now look, I'm a creator too. I create this. I'm a writer. I create all the time, right? And it is really hard to let people into your creations because you don't want people to be terrible about it, right? Tell you their opinions about what they think you are or you aren't. And so I feel like when people do, like when your family and friends, that are people that are important to you, come to you, they're going to be like, whoa, is this what you've been working on? I think they're going to be blown away because the star is here with the Knight of Cups. I think that this is going to cause emotional reactions within people here. Tell me about the Lovers. Pay attention to your finances, Virgo. We've got the Knight of Swords. We've got the Strength card. And we've got the Page of Pentacles. So I'm going to say that it does feel like, I feel like you're supposed to be really careful with the choices that you make financially in the middle of the week. Excuse me. The chance that the decisions or the choices that you make financially in the middle of the week are going to be very important for you. I feel like it is going to be the make it or break it time. It feels like with the Strength card and the Page of Pentacles, it feels like you are wanting to apply for a loan. Maybe you want you want to be able to start something new or materialize something here. It feels like in order to be able to do that, let's just go with you're a writer and it's going to take some money to publish that book. I feel like it's telling me at the middle of the week here is that you've got to be really truthful and honest with what your goals are and that you need to make really sharp, intuitive, honest and truthful decisions, Knight of Swords. Be really honest with yourself, even if it's brutal honesty. The Strength card is here, and with the Page of Pentacles, it tells me it's time to start it's time to start packing your pentacles away a little bit. It's time to start saving money, holding back, try not to spend too much. If you've got to spend money on something, maybe it's groceries or it is transportation or something like that, but it feels like that try and spend as little as possible. I think that you need to be holding back your money or saving your money for something here. Tell me about the throne, the position of authority here. There's somebody here who you feel is a position of authority when it comes to matters of the heart or emotional things, possibly. Tell me about the Queen of Cups. We've got the Eight of Cups. We've got the Sun in the reverse. Oh, okay. And we've got the Four of Swords. Virgo, I think that as I drop these cards, the immediate feeling that I got is that somebody is thinking about leaving their relationship, but needs advice from someone who they feel is very balanced in their emotions. It feels like with the Eight of Cups here that there has been a time in your life here, Virgo, that I feel that you feel as though you are settling, that you're kind of bored there. The Sun is here, and the Sun is always a breakthrough, Virgo, but the Sun is here, and when the Sun is in the reverse, there's no more growth. It feels like somebody here is realizing that there's no more growth in this relationship. The Four of Swords tells me that you've healed to a certain place where you've realized that there's nothing left here. So I feel like you're calling in the big guns, the Queen of Cups, the one who's emotionally intelligent, and I think you're bouncing it off of somebody and saying, look, I feel detached from the situation. I don't feel like there's any growth here. Now I see the situation for what it truly is, and it's come on the heels of a bunch of healing. So I feel like you are probably going to connect with someone in your life who you feel is like maybe a psychic authority, emotional authority, empathic authority, and somebody who I feel is going to tell you whether you're out of line or not. It's like you're not trusting your intuition at this time. Going on into the rest of the month here, we've got the Six of Wands. It does feel like you are possibly going home or coming out of a dark night of the soul. The Six of Wands is about coming back from the fight, coming back from the war, and people cheering you on. Nice to see you back. It's so nice to see you back. Maybe you're getting your fire about you again. Tell me about this. It feels like after walking on wobbly legs a little bit. We've got the Six of Swords. We've got the Hermit energy, and we've got the Five of Swords. Yeah, so I think that you're fighting yourself about getting attention from other people because the situation that I feel that you are leaving at the end of the month is something that you've been thinking about for a really long while. The Hermit energy is here. It tells me that with that being your energy, that you are currently in this self-preservation mode. It feels like you are the horse, the stallion, the thoroughbred behind the gate, and you're ready to go, and something here has been holding you back. I feel like it's the Eight of Cups. And so the Five of Swords here is telling me that you're fighting yourself in Hermit energy about whether to move forward, carry on, to be just in transition from one place to another. I feel like you're looking for home, and that home doesn't have to be any specific place. It feels to me like it doesn't have to be like your house or your mother's house or your father's house. It feels to me like this is an energy of being among people who really understand you. Look, I feel like you're moving into a new cycle here. It says stepping into a new experience, and there's something here that you've been holding on to since June that I feel like you are about to let go of here. Tell me about this. Tell me about this. We've got the Six of Pentacles. We've got the Emperor. You are definitely taking control here, and the Four of Wands. So I feel like you're taking control in order to stabilize your life. I feel like something here is on wobbly legs, as I kept saying. With the Knight of Wands, it feels like you're just sort of chomping at the bit, wanting to go. Things are not stable here. There might be a lot of passion, but there really isn't any stability. I don't really see any pentacles here, except the Eight of Pentacles, which tells me you were creating something, and the Page, which tells me that something is about, this particular one was about you holding back or saving some money. You might be saving money so you can leave your relationship. And maybe you're not saying anything about it, Sun in the reverse. Maybe you're not saying anything about it just yet, but I feel like you are already in transition of leaving. It's that you just need to make it okay with you. I feel like you're in a dark night of the soul right now. It feels like you're having a hard time making a decision about what to do next, but it does feel like you will be stepping into your Emperor shoes, feminine or masculine. with the Six of Pentacles here, it feels like you're going to stop giving energy, time, effort, and money to people who are not giving it back to you. I feel like you're standing up in your Emperor energy here, stable, secure, and saying, you know what? I am just going to do this here, the Four of Wands. I am just going to get my own stability, and I got to stop holding on to the past. So we're going to go into the extended here. If you would like to be in the extended, please look at the top of the comment section. There's one pinned comment. It will give you the, if you'd like to purchase just this reading outright, you can do that. And just by clicking on the link that is in the pinned comment. If you are interested in seeing more than one of the extensions over the month, I give you 4 if you're looking for just one particular sign. But listen, you get extensions for all of the signs while you're over there. So if you'd like to do that, you can. Please look for the link to the membership in that pinned comment. Also, if you're interested in private readings, I'm doing live readings. I'm also doing readings that are pre-recorded. So if you'd like to do that, I'm a little bit behind right now because I've been a little bit under the weather, but nonetheless, if you're interested in that, I would love to do either of those for you. Check my timetable. All right, we're going to put down 3 cards and find out what else we're talking about. In the extended, we are looking at the Two of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, and the Hanged Man. Oh boy, yeah. That's some heavy energy here because it feels like something is about to move really quickly here. It's going to make you happy, but I'm just going to say you got to come through this first. The Two of Swords is like one of the most important decisions you'll make because when you go one way, that means you're cutting out the other, right? So it's like I'm making a really big decision and it's got to be intuitive because the Two of Swords is just that. Eyes are usually covered. My heart is covered. I want to make the right decision. I don't want to make the wrong decision, but you're making the right decision for you, Nine of Pentacles. In order to be able for you to be single and confident and abundant, it feels like maybe you're saving money here. It feels like you're saving money so you can be on your own. The Hanged Man is here. You know that there's sacrifices coming, and the Two of Swords is here with the Hanged Man. It means you're making some really, really tough decisions and sacrifices. But I feel like your Nine of Pentacles with that Hanged Man is telling me that you are making very stable, slow, secure, very slow, secure decisions. Like you're making them very slowly. You're not making them quickly. We're going to go to the extended. If you'd like to be there, I'm going to be there. And if this is where we part, that's cool. But if not, I'll see you in the extended. Thank you so much for coming out here, Virgo. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Take care. Bye-bye.